world boxing champion. Mathematics. A equals 4 pi r squared is the formula used to calculate what specific characteristic of a sphere? Westwood High.
Area. Volume.
No, the surface area specifically. History. This former group. And that is the bell. That is the end of the final challenge.
It's a final that kept Jamaica on the edge of our seats. After nearly 4 decades, 39 years to be precise, Jamaica College is back on top, winning the TVJ Schools Challenge Quiz. Gentlemen, please give yourself a round of clap. Joining us now, members of the winning team. We've got coach in the back, Chanarie Lindsay. Team captain Marvin Whyte. Marvin, raise your hand. Team members Ryhomah Muir. We've got Mason J. Edwards, and in back there, Jamarli Banton. Gentlemen, congratulations.
Thank you.
So when you watch the footage, what do you feel in that moment? Let me not lead you. Let me start with you, Capo. How do you feel?
Well, it feels exciting to know that after years I could finally contribute and help the college win a trophy, specifically this trophy.
Yeah, because when you say finally contribute, like you guys have been contributing, it's just to hold on the trophy, proved elusive for a little while. You were in finals last year as well, right?
Yes, miss.
So what made the difference this time around?
Well, this time around it was more to control ourselves and not let the moment get to us.
Yeah, that's very hard. Coach, I'm coming to you now, but let me stay with the boys for a little bit. Mason J, to be in that moment, it's like you're in a powder keg of pressure. How do you navigate that? Because again, it's a situation you've been in before, but you never made it to the top. And so you have to recalibrate and come back, but you're still in a high pressure situation. So what makes it different this time around?
To be honest, I would say the difference is the drawing on the experience from last time, because knowing what happened last year with Titchfield, we said, okay, there's something we need to fix and we need to come back again. So we use that experience to navigate ourselves through that match.
All right, Ryhomah, going in, how did you feel? All girls team, Westwood High, did you guys take soup? We got this.
You know, we weren't really nervous. We acknowledged that our opponents, Westwood, was a very formidable team. We acknowledged their accomplishments throughout the season because they are no pushovers, you know.
Yeah.
And we found that to be true in the finals. But we were composed and we were calm. I found myself to be very calm for the final. You know,
Yeah.
It's important to be as composed as you can possibly be.
No little nerves?
To a little extent, but not too much, you know.
Very healthy.
Yeah, because we're an experienced team.
Yeah.
You know, and we had to rely on that to a very large extent.
Okay, I'm sure you guys had a game plan. Coach, I'm coming to you. But Jamarli, did you expect that down to the final seconds of the match, you would be toe-to-toe with Westwood? That was not part of the game plan, was it?
As said by my teammates earlier, Westwood is a quality team, so I didn't expect an easy match.
Yeah, but did you expect to be nail-biting toe-to-toe with them down to the last second?
It's not like we don't train for those moments, so it wasn't anything unexpected, anything new to us.
Yeah. Coach, let me ask you, because Jamarli is giving me the circuitous road question. Did you expect it to be so close?
Well, based on previous games, not necessarily, but in quiz, what can you expect? You know, anything can happen on the day.
Yeah.
It depends on the questions, it depends on the mentals of the boys, the opponent. There are so many variables. You know, I mean, when we realized that it was a close match, it was just a matter of execution.
Yeah. Tell me what the training looks like for these gentlemen going into a year of quiz training. I mean, we hear about champs training and we know what that looks like, but this is not far from it.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, training starts in the summer of the previous year.
In the summer of the previous year?
So we'll have
summer
started
25?
Training. Yes. And as a matter of fact, for these boys, they were in the finals last year. So they got the break for Cape, and then right after we started the work again.
It's a full-time job, gentlemen.
Certainly.
Yeah.
And I mean, it takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication, a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know, so.
What does your prep look like to prep them?
Well, certainly I don't want to give away my insights.
You know what your secrets? Let me just tell you, how much of your life does it take over?
I mean, possibly 80%, because these are impressionable young men. Whatever we do in training, I try to do it in such a way that they can use it throughout college and even further on in life. You know, so.
Yeah, Marvin, how does this take a chunk out of the rest of your life? Or does quiz just become your life for the time and you just make up your mind, say, for the period, this is going to be it. Me not go out, me not do this, me not do that. I'm just going to tunnel vision and get the job done.
Well, honestly, if you want to win quiz, you have to make quiz basically, I'd say you're 9 to 5. So everything has to be quiz. You know, you can't really have a social life. I mean, you can try, but at some point in time, the two of them will clash. So you have to just say, for this moment, I'll be doing quiz. After quiz is finished, I can enjoy myself.
Yeah. Is that the same for everybody else?
Indeed.
Pretty much. But I guess when it pays off. So when it pays off, okay, let me ask it this way. You've been making a sacrifice for so long. What's the first thing you did after quiz?
Sleep.
Sleep.
Right.
Wow. And how did that feel?
Exhilarating. It's the best experience.
Exhilarating. Oh my gosh. It's that tough.
Yes.
It really is that tough. And you've brought honor to the school in a year when you gentlemen look like you're out for all of it. Is there anything you plan to leave on the table for any of the other schools?
Hope.
Hope. Capo said we're leaving hope. What has quiz taught you? It's been 2 years now. Jamarli, let me go back to you. In those 2 years, what kind of life skills do you think you've gained from this experience? Yes, you have a trophy, but you have so much more.
Well, it certainly showed me that discipline is key and you need to be dedicated and focus on whatever task you plan to accomplish, and that, as my teammates have said, sacrifice is necessary when you're trying to do something, you know, a little bigger than yourself.
Yeah, and this is bigger than you guys. Mason Jai, how you feel?
To be honest, I feel very accomplished knowing that 3 years of me practicing and sacrificing my time and all of these things has finally paid off.
Mm-hmm. Ryhomah, what is your bigger goal? What's the end goal for you? Because you are all heading out of school at the end of this year, no? All of you are upper sixers?
Hold it down.
Yes.
Yes. So what's your plan? What do you want to be when you grow up?
My wish is to be a chemical engineer.
Chemical engineer.
Yes, and quiz has been an extremely important step for me to reach that goal. You know, I've learned so many things, and I'm sure it's going to prove itself to be very instrumental when I go to university. You know, I've been doing chemistry, physics, biology, all the sciences and the languages, so it has to come in clutch when I actually reach that level. You know, so I'm looking forward to it. Spanish and French to some extent.
Bueno. Capo, what's your end goal?
Well, the goal is to be a corporate lawyer in the future.
Mason Jai?
I'd say my goal is to become a judge.
A judge. And Jamarli?
Well, God's willing, I'd love to be a civil engineer.
Okay. Coach, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Well, I mean, just inspire young men to become the best version of themselves.
Yes. Has he done that, gentlemen?
Yes.
Most
He's been a
definitely.
great coach.
Definitely.
What do you want to say to Coach? You have to go. Capo, I'm going to give it to you.
Well, I'd like to say I'd like to express the fact that we're thankful. You know, we're grateful for what he's done for us, and not only in quiz, but in outside of quiz in our school. You know, myself and Banton, when we were doing physics at the C-Tech level, Sir was the one that taught us certain things that we would have found difficult, and you know that goes beyond quiz. That shows how much of an awesome person he is as a mentor and as a coach.
Mm-hmm. They say students win the matches, coaches lose the matches, and sometimes the coaches don't get the glory they deserve. So we'll big you up, Coach. Gentlemen, good job and congratulations, and see you again next year. Coming on our comeback feet again. We'll see what happens. Members of the winning Schools Challenge Quiz team for this year, the gentlemen from JC, team captain Marvin Whyte, team members Ryhomah Muir, Mason J. Edwards, Jamarli Banton, and their coach, Chanarie Lindsay. We take a break. Up next, protecting Jamaica's hidden heritage. That's after this break. Thanks again.
Champion. Everybody knows, say bravo, a champion. Champion.